Hello friends, in today's video we are going to learn present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to indicate a link between the present and the past. The time of the action is before now or in the past but not specified, and we are often more interested in the result than in the action itself. It is used to show that an action has taken place once or many times before now or in the past. The present perfect is most frequently used to talk about experiences or changes that have taken place, but there are other less common uses as well. Anyway, let me give you detailed descriptions, examples, and exercises. Let us begin with the structure or the formula of the present perfect tense. The structure is subject plus has or have plus third form or past participle form of the verb plus object. For example, I have played football. I is the subject, so we used here have, plus third form of the verb play, played, and object. See the next one. He has written a letter to her. He is the subject, so we used has, plus third form of the verb write, written, then object. Then see the last one. They have traveled to Japan. They is the subject, so we use their have, and the third form of the verb travel, traveled. Remember, use have with I, you, they, we. Use has with he, she, and it. Let's move on to the rules of the present perfect tense. First rule, it can be used with unspecified time before now or unspecified point in the past. We use the present perfect tense to say that an action happened at an unspecified time before now. The exact time the action happened is not important. You cannot use the present perfect with specific time expressions such as yesterday, 1 year ago, last week, when I was a child, when I lived in Japan, at that moment, that day, one day, etc. We can use the present perfect tense with unspecific expressions such as ever, never, once, many times, several times, before, so far, already, yet, etc. See the example, then you can easily understand. I have seen that movie 20 times. We can't say I have seen that movie yesterday. If you want to use yesterday there, you should use the simple past tense. I saw that movie yesterday. So simple past tense. If you want to use a specific time, use simple past tense. So you can use it as like I saw that movie yesterday. It's a simple past tense. But you can't say that I have seen that movie yesterday. Because yesterday is a specific time, you should use the simple past tense. See the next example. I have visited Japan in the last month. You can't use the I visited Japan in the last month, because in the last month is not a specific time. If you want to use a specific time, use simple past tense. You can use the I visited Japan last month. That's a correct sentence. But I visited Japan in the last month is not a correct sentence. Sometimes we want to limit the time we are looking in for an experience. We can do this with expressions such as in the last week, in the last year, in the last month, this week, this month, etc. Remember, last month and in the last month are very different in meaning. Last month means the month before now, and it is considered a specific time which requires simple past. So we can use the I visited Japan last month. That's a correct sentence. But in the last month means from 30 or 31 days ago until now. It's not considered a specific time. So it requires present perfect tense. So you can say, I have visited Japan in the last month. Okay, you can't use the I have visited Japan last month. That's wrong. You can use the simple past. I repeat, if you want to say or use a specific time, use simple past tense. With unspecific time, we use present perfect tense. The concept of unspecified time can be very confusing, so let us learn in detail. It is best to associate present perfect with the following topics. First one is experience. It can be used to describe your experience from the past. We are not interested in when you did something. We only want to know if you did it. For example, I have been to Italy. It means that you have had the experience of being in Italy. Maybe you have been there once or several times. I have been to London 3 times in my life. You can add the number of times at the end of the sentence. See the next one, he has lived in Singapore. These events happened in the past. Now we have a memory of the event, or we know something about the event, or we have experience of it. So we can use present perfect tense with experience. Next one is change over time. It's used to talk about change that happened over a period of time or a new information. For example, my English has really improved since I moved to Australia. From this sentence, we can understand that a change has happened over a period of time. He was not having proficiency in English, but when he moved to Australia, his language improved. A change happened. See the next one. You have grown since the last time I saw you. A change has happened in him. He has grown. The police have arrested the criminal. Yesterday the criminal was free, now he is in prison. It is used with change over time. See the next one, accomplishment. It can be used to list the accomplishments of individuals and humanity. You cannot mention a specific time. Accomplishment means something that has been achieved successfully. Okay, see the example. Man has walked on the moon. It shows the accomplishment of humanity. Next one, our son has learned how to read. It shows an individual's accomplishment or achievement. See the next topic. It can be used with an uncompleted action you are expecting. It can be used to say that an action which we expected has not happened. We can use it to suggest we are still waiting for the action to happen. For example, James has not finished his homework yet. From this sentence, we can understand that James couldn't finish his homework or he didn't do. Still, we are waiting for that action to happen. See the next example. Susan hasn't mastered French, but she can communicate. We know Susan will learn French and she will communicate nicely. But she hasn't proficiency in it. She is waiting for that action to happen. Okay, so we can use present perfect tense with an uncompleted action we are expecting. Next one, multiple actions at different times. It can be used to talk about several different actions which have occurred in the past at different times. The army has attacked that city 5 times. This action occurred in the past at different times. There is chance for to continue the same action. See the next example. She has talked to several specialists about her problem, but nobody knows why she is sick. This sentence means that the action, what is the action? She talked. The action has occurred many times in the past. She has talked to several specialists about her problem in the past at different times. So, we can use present perfect tense with multiple actions at different times. We can use present perfect tense with an action that occurred in the past but has a result in the present. Means use the present perfect tense to talk about the duration of something that started in the past as still happening. For example, we can't find our luggage. Have you seen it? The luggage was lost in the past. Do you know where it is now? Got it. Have you seen it? They lost their luggage. That is the action happened in the past. But the result is there. How do you know that? Because they are searching for it. That's why they asked, have you seen it? So we used here present perfect tense to ask, have you seen it? On the other hand, it is used to talk about a continuing situation. This is a state that started in the past and continues in the present and will probably continue into the future. This is a situation, not an action. We usually use for or since with this structure. For example, I have worked here since June. The situation started in the past. It continues up to now. It will probably continue into the future. See the next one. He has been ill for 2 days. Remember, we can use since to talk about a point in past time. Means since 9 o'clock, since January, since June, since Monday, etc. We can use for to talk about a period of time. For example, 5 months, 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 6 years, etc. Okay, so you can use since or for with this topic. I mean, the action that occurred in the past but has a result in the present. In short, these are the main points to remember when you use present perfect tense. Okay, then to make present perfect negative, insert not in between auxiliary and main verb. The negative is really simple. Just put not after has or have. For example, I have not finished my homework till now. We inserted not in between have and finished. So here we used subject plus has or have plus not plus third form or past participle form of the verb plus object. To make questions, we exchange the subject and the auxiliary. He has finished his work. Has he finished his work? I have traveled to Japan. Have you traveled to Japan? From this sentence, we can understand that the subject and the auxiliary is exchanged. To summarize, we can use the present perfect tense to say that an action happened at the unspecified time before now or in the past. Then we can use present perfect tense with experience. Present perfect tense is used to talk about change that has happened over a period of time, and it can be used to list the accomplishments of individuals and humanity. It can also be used with an uncompleted action you are expecting. Then you can use present perfect tense to talk about several different actions which have occurred in the past at different times. You can use present perfect tense to talk about the duration of something that started in the past as still happening. I mean, it is used to talk about a continuing situation. This is a state that started in the past and continues in the present and will probably continue into the future. So this is the time for exercise. Fill in the blanks with present perfect tense. Pause your video, try to do it, and let's discuss the answers. See the first one. She dash call us. Call us in the bracket. She has called us. We used here has because the subject she is singular. So we should use has with singular subject and have with plural subject. And we should use the third form or the past participle form of the verb. The past participle form of the verb call us, called. So the answer is she has called us. See the next one. The boys dash visit the city. The answer is the boys have visited the city because the subject is plural. What is the subject in this sentence? The boys. So we use there have. and the third form of the verb visit is visited. So the answer is the boys have visited the city. Next one, she dash take an umbrella. She has taken the umbrella. She is the singular subject and the third form of the verb take is taken. See the next one. He dash see her this morning. He has seen her this morning. Next one. The children dash work today. The children have worked today. Next one. My parents dash plan their holidays yet. My parents haven't planned their holidays yet. Because this is a negative sentence. How do you know that? Because we use their yet. My parents dash planned their holidays yet. That means it is a negative sentence. My parents haven't planned their holidays yet. Okay, we can't use their my parents have planned their holidays yet. Put yet at the end of a sentence to describe something that hasn't happened. It's often used in negative statements in which you use a negative term like have not or has not. For example, you may say, I haven't completed my homework yet, or I haven't eaten breakfast yet. See the next one. We dash see any snow yet. Here the answer is again we haven't seen because yet is there. See the next one. We dash already buy him a present. We have already bought him a present. Someone dash take my pen. Someone has taken my pen because someone is a singular subject. Hope all of you have got the answers. Well done. Congratulations. Then read the next questions, means the exercise is given for you. So read it well and do it. Let's discuss the answers later. See you in the next class. Thank you.